Steal Like an Artist, Chapter 1, Subtopic 2, Stealing versus Copying, the line most people never understand. All right, slow down, breathe. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. Almost every beginner is scared of one word. That word is copying. They whisper it like a crime. They avoid it like poison. They fear being called a fake. But here's the twist. Every great creator started by copying. The difference is not whether you steal. The difference is how you steal. Because there are two very different paths here. One leads to respect. The other leads to embarrassment. Let's talk about both. Copying is shallow. Copying is when you take someone's work and change nothing. You add no thinking. You add no soul. You add no understanding. You don't ask why it works. You only ask how fast you can replicate it. This is what copying looks like. Same words, same style, same format, same energy, just a different face. And people can feel it because copying is empty. It's imitation without intelligence. This is why copying feels wrong, not because it's unethical, but because it's lazy, and laziness never creates greatness. Now listen carefully. Stealing, the way this book means it, is different. It is deep. It is respectful. It is intentional. It is intelligent. When an artist steals, they don't take the result. They take the thinking behind the result. Imagine two people watching the same movie. The first person copies the dialogue, copies the camera angle, copies the background music. The second person studies the emotion, understands the pacing, learns why silence was used, feels the timing. The first person copies. The second person steals like an artist. One produces noise, the other produces meaning. Here's the rule most people miss. Copy the process, not the product. Product is surface, process is depth. When you steal the process, you learn structure, you learn systems, you learn decision-making, you learn taste. And once you have taste, your work starts looking original automatically. Here's a quiet danger. If you copy one creator, you become their shadow. Your work screams imitation. You trap yourself in comparison. But when you steal from many, styles collide, ideas mix, something new is born. Originality doesn't come from isolation. It comes from combination. Think of it like cooking. If you copy one recipe exactly, you're a cook. If you taste 10 cuisines and explain them in your own way, you become a chef. Now let's talk about you. You want to explain books, so don't steal their words. Don't steal their scripts. Don't steal their voice. Steal their structure, their pacing, their clarity, their storytelling logic. Then add your understanding, your mistakes, your pauses, your voice. That combination is originality. Before you publish anything, ask yourself this. Did I understand this idea deeply? Can I explain it without looking? Did I add my perspective? Does this sound like me? If yes, you're stealing like an artist. If no, you're copying. Simple, brutal, honest. Most fear comes from one thought. What if people say I copied? But when you steal properly, you're not hiding, you're not pretending, you're not apologizing. You're learning publicly, and learning publicly is powerful because no one can shame someone who is honestly growing. So remember this. Copying takes shortcuts. Stealing like an artist takes courage. One creates clones, the other creates creators. Don't ask, can I use this idea? Ask, can I transform this idea? If the answer is yes, then create without guilt.